Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of the weekly Gridiron. We are your hosts, Adam,
Dante,
and
Luke.
And I just want to say before we start, the Gatorade color was indeed purple.
I can't believe
Shot in the dark, bro.
what a hit.
I called it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Stunning call.
just went with it. I was thinking purple. Why not just shot in the dark?
I was thinking orange.
And I was thinking purple. Why?
Yeah.
Just felt like it was going to be purple. Cool color.
Neither team had purple in their colors, and
Well, wasn't
I
last year's... What was last year's? Like neon, like greenish yellow?
I think it was like lemon lime.
None of those teams are that color.
Well, yellow for the
Rams, maybe, but...
All right. Well,
all right.
If you would have put a little bit of money on that, we'd be some rich men.
Yeah,
but
true.
That's all right.
You'd be like, you'd be pretty rich right now.
Who would have thought?
We've got some fun for you guys today. It is unfortunately the end of the NFL season, but the offseason is fun too.
And so is the XFL.
Yes,
the
XFL is back.
Go
and
Defenders.
The USFL.
Luke and I are big DC Defender fans.
Damn
For
right, dude,
for no reason at all, yeah.
You like the Defenders
That's
too?
who I'm rooting for.
Let's go. They're 1-0.
I kind of thought they were cool in 2020 just because their quarterback was Cardell Jones, who
Buckeye legend.
it was like the only name I recognized at the time because he was a Buckeye, and
National
we
champion
followed him in the
Cardell
house.
Jones.
And so I was like, you know what, DC's cool enough, so they're going to be my team. And this year they have quarterback Jordan Ta'amu.
They also have Derek King, if you remember him from Miami.
And they said that the running back
Panther
was the
legend, too.
first pick in the XFL draft for the Defenders. So
I also
got some
like
star power.
the Vegas Vipers with Rod Woodson, old
Oh, yeah?
head coach, and then Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, Martavis Bryant. The Defenders just knocked off the Seattle Sea Dragons, who are at QB. They have Ben DiNucci.
Do they really?
Yeah,
And they
who
have-
is throwing to? Go ahead, Adam.
Josh Gordon at wide receiver.
That's crazy. That's sick, though.
Crazy
It's a
combo.
lot of fun. But yeah, so that's happening. Free agency's coming up March 16th, but I think the period is now open where teams can franchise tag players. So maybe you'll see a lot of stars that are free agents kind of say, okay, tag me all you want, but I'm not playing under that. Either pay me or trade me somewhere that'll pay me. So some big things. We have Lamar Jackson, who could be a subject of that. He's a possible free agent. I've heard the Ravens are going to franchise tag him. Assuming he's not going to play under that, do you guys think the Ravens will pay Lamar Jackson?
No, I don't. Because, dude, they just paid Roquan Smith so much money.
True.
Plus, they have to pay J.K. Dobbins once his rookie contract's up. They got to pay, Calais Campbell whenever his contract's up. Marcus Peters. They got to pay Marcus Peters this year if they want to keep him. You know?
True.
And Kyle Hamilton is eventually going to need paid. I mean, he's going into his second year in the league, but, like, the guy needs paid eventually. But, yeah, I don't think they're paying Lamar.
Luke, do you want to
Yeah, I don't really think they're going to pay him in the sense that you mean either. I think like the most likely scenario is for him to be franchise tagged with the knowledge that he won't play under it, and then they'll trade him. I don't see what else they would do. So, because I don't think that they really want to pay him what he wants, but I know that they think that he's probably a little bit too valuable to just let walk. So they'll at least see. They'll probably make some calls. Hey, if we were to franchise tag him, what would be your offer on the table to teams like the Falcons or the Jets, maybe even the Panthers, and they'll just see what they can get. I think that's what they're going to do.
Would you want Lamar on the Panthers?
100%. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson we're talking about.
Of course it's Lamar Jackson, but would you prefer that over... Tell me, if you know you're going to draft C.J. Stroud, would you still choose to sign Lamar?
Stroud or Lamar?
I mean...
It's a tough pick,
I love Stroud, but like Lamar helps us right now, and he's still really young. He's already won an MVP. He's kind of like Cam Newton, too. Like, Cam Newton was more known for his running and had a good arm.
I think
Lamar
Stroud's
has a good arm, is more known for his running, too.
Stroud's more dynamic, you know.
That's true. That's very true. It's a tough question.
It feels like Lamar needs a lot of pieces around him to succeed.
Well, then the other thing is we have the 9th overall pick, so I don't even know if we're not in Stroud range right now. We're going to have to trade up if we
I think you
want
are.
Stroud, period. I mean, we could, but so many things would have to happen. Like, the Colts would have to completely pass on him and prefer Will Levis, which I love Will Levis, but I don't know if they prefer him over Stroud.
I think the Colts will trade up for Bryce Young. for the first overall pick.
That too, I guess. But then the Texans are right there. They're going to take Stroud, don't you think? Maybe.
I don't know. A lot of people are more high on Levis than they are on Stroud.
See, what I think needs to happen is I don't want the Colts to trade up, and the Raiders who are in front of us, they need to trade for Aaron Rodgers or sign Jimmy G because they also could take a young quarterback.
Yeah,
like
that's
then
true.
Say Bryce Young goes. Say nobody trades a pick. Bryce Young goes to Houston at 2. Stroud goes to the Colts at 4. The Raiders take Levis at what? They have 7. We're left at 9. I mean, what quarterback are we going to take? Anthony Richardson's there, but he's not a guy you could start right away.
I mean, dude, you got to think, like, we thought the Steelers were going to, last year, we didn't think we were going to have the choice at Malik or Kenny at all.
That's true.
24th pick, we had both of them. We had every quarterback on the board. It's the draft, bro. You never know what's going to happen.
That's very true.
A week before the draft, we thought Hutch was a sheer lock for number 1, but it was Trayvon Walker.
Which you probably still should have been.
Still, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Or even Sauce Gardner, for that matter. You know?
Yeah, we know that now.
Yeah, we do know that now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, Lamar, I do have a photo of Lamar in a Panthers jersey. So that would be cool. But
And you have a Stroud picture, too.
I have like 10 Stroud pictures. What'd you say?
I thought you said you had like 8 pictures of Stroud.
8 or 10, something like that.
You told me.
I have Stroud. I have one of Derek Carr. I have one of Lamar.
How would you feel about that, Derek Carr?
I'd like Derek Carr, too. I'd like Derek Carr.
To me, it kind of feels like more of a temporary
I'm really
solution,
open to like anything, but if we want, so here's the thing: getting a quarterback upgrade is nice, but we're aiming to not only win the division but win the whole thing, like everybody is. Do we think Carr can really win a Super Bowl? I'm not sure. Like Carr is probably good for 2 to 3 years as a starter in this division, probably, but are we really gonna win the whole thing with Derek Carr under center?
Apparently,
sure.
the Jets think that they can.
I mean,
Well,
the Jets are in, like, a really desperate spot right now. I mean, they have a bright future with their offense.
They do.
Corey Davis isn't none to scoff at. You know, Breece Hall, once he comes back, he's going to be a beast.
What's
And
his
Garrett
name?
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
the Jets can use anything except for Zach Wilson.
You're right, but the fact is that they're in a really bad
Yeah.
spot for
That's
quarterback.
Even Uzama. Uzama's
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
forget
He was nice
there.
at Cincinnati.
I
Yeah.
forgot he was there. They used a lot of Tyler Conklin this year. I kept forgetting about Uzama.
Dude, I feel like if they boost their defense up, they're not going to be that bad because they already have a piece to build around with Gardner, you know? Who else do they have in that defense? Quentin Williams.
What's
also
the
pretty
guy?
good.
Yeah.
Johnson? Something that they
it's
drafted
Eagles.
last year? Jalen Johnson? No.
Oh, no, I know exactly who you mean. He's an edge rusher.
Yeah, the one from Florida State.
I know exactly who you mean.
It might be Jalen Johnson. I forget his name. But they got him at like 26. It was such a steal last year.
Let's see. What is his name?
I forget.
It was Sauce. And it was Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine, yes.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yes.
They got him at 26.
Something like that, late 20s, where I kept watching the draft the night, and I was like, how the heck is this guy still on the board? Like, I made kind of a list of guys before the draft. That was a guy I was okay with the Panthers taking at like 6.
Yeah, Jermaine
I was like,
Johnson's
how
a
is this
beast,
guy
dude.
still here?
And that's the same thing with Kyle Hamilton. He went really late, too.
Kyle went to Baltimore, and, none of us wanted that.
Dude, Baltimore got 2 guys I really wanted
They
the
got
Steelers to
Linderbaum,
look
too,
at.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, they got Linderbaum
Same
and Kyle
thing
Hamilton.
with Cole Strange, obviously.
Oh, dude, I was dying for Cole Strange.
The thing is, he actually had a really good rookie year. So,
he did, dude. He
did.
He was a solid part of that line.
And I'll always tell people, I mean, he was a good player. He's a good player to have. It's just that it doesn't change the fact that we could have waited on him, but it's all right.
Okay.
Who else was on the board?
A lot of people at that point.
So my question
That's
is
right.
now. So I didn't really give my thought on Lamar. My thing with him is I just can't see Lamar playing anywhere else. I really can't.
I can.
I disagree.
I know you both can, but I can't. I mean, I know they just extended Roquan Smith. They've got a bunch of money to dish out, but I feel like the Ravens, if they really want Lamar back, will find a way to make it work. I don't know how that is, but they'll find a way.
Not by Lamar's standards, though. Like, this is a two-way street, and he's
yeah.
repping himself, you know? Like,
The
that's
thing
a
is,
big thing.
Kyler basically got almost $50 million a year. Aaron Rodgers got $50 million a year. Lamar might want more than that.
Yeah, I mean, that just hurts the Ravens even more.
It really does. So maybe this wasn't as easy as I thought. But my question is, if Lamar does get traded or leaves, where do you think Lamar will play next year?
I would say, I was going to say Atlanta, but no, dude, I think they're going to put their faith in Ritter. Because Ritter wasn't that bad late in the year.
I think given the chance at Lamar, they swallow the pill and they don't put their faith in Ritter.
Talk about Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I agree with you that he was okay enough at the end of last year to like say, hey, let's give him a chance this year. But it's Lamar Jackson.
I would probably say Atlanta's probably the first pick. Then it's like Carolina.
I'm thinking
New
I'm going to
York.
rule out the Jets. I'm positive they're either going to go with Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr.
Which should be cool for either. But, dude, they're probably going to have to give up a haul for Rodgers, though.
Yeah, or you'd be surprised. I don't know. Maybe if they can
that's
capitalize on the desperation that maybe the Packers are just going to want him out of there. And to be honest, how many teams are really going to want Aaron Rodgers?
How old is he now? Like 37?
Like 37 or 38. A lot of teams are going to go in a younger direction or just trade for guys like Lamar Jackson. And I don't think there's that many teams that would give up the haul that the Packers probably want. So I think the Jets get Rodgers or Carr. So the question is what uniform is Lamar putting on next year?
I mean, I say either Atlanta or Carolina.
I'll say either Atlanta or Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I just don't see him going back to Baltimore. It seems like too many things are just going to push him away and are going to hold the Ravens back from.
Yeah, I would
trying to
agree with
resign
you.
him.
I agree with you, except for the fact that the fact that Kyler got paid, pretty much anything can happen. So.
And the fact that Kyler Murray got paid $50 million, he's good, dude, but he's inconsistent as hell. That's the only thing with Kyler for me.
Adam?
So I thought about it. There are a few teams I could think of for Lamar. Atlanta, Carolina, for sure, like you said. New York Jets, maybe, if they decide to go out. There is one team, though, I'm thinking about. You're going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but I could see the Commanders getting Lamar.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't rule them out. They need a quarterback. They have a team that's not bad right now. They
just hired Eric Bieniemy.
They just hired Eric Bieniemy, and they went 8-1 last year. They were pretty close to make the playoffs. In fact, it took them like the second to last week of the season to get eliminated.
Don't they have they already have like 3 quarterbacks on the roster right now with Wentz, Howell, and Heineke.
Well, they have
Heineke
Howell,
and Sam Howell.
They have Howell. They have Heineke's a free agent.
Okay.
Wentz, I've heard, is likely going to get cut to save because
So
they could save.
So they're left with Sam Howell.
It sucks, but they could save $26 million from doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense,
No,
especially
it
if you're
doesn't suck that
considering going
much.
for a guy like Lamar.
It doesn't suck that
I mean,
much.
I like Carson Wentz. I really
He's
do.
a good person.
I wish it worked out better.
The
but-
game's passed him by.
Yeah,
So the game's passed him.
he's a good person.
by.
Heineke, I've heard would like to go back, and I think they want him back as a backup.
I
but,
did
like,
hear that too.
I have a feeling next year you could see like Hal is the QB1 and Heineke there just in case.
Dude, but he's good enough to be a starter for a bad team. I think, or even like a mid-tier
Who?
team.
What if the
Heineke.
What if the
Hi-
Texans just don't want to take a QB and you're like, okay, let's sign
Yeah.
Heineke for a year,
I
like tank
don't
and get
know.
Caleb Williams next year. I don't know.
I think he's just more of a spark plug. I think that there's 32 quarterbacks that deserve a starting spot more than him.
Another sleeper team for Lamar. I could see the Raiders getting him.
Yeah,
Well, that's the other team that. Well, I caught myself. I was about to say whoever the Jets don't get, Carr or Rodgers. That's who the Raiders. No, obviously they have Carr. So maybe you're right if they lose out on Aaron Rodgers.
I could see Rodgers going to
Maybe you're
Vegas
right.
too.
Yeah, I could absolutely see. In fact, I probably would
well they
assume
have
for that to
Devontae
happen.
Adams already. That's a big thing.
Yeah. But he'd probably get traded, you know.
Unless, of course, if the Packers prefer to, if maybe something that's really attractive to them somehow is the idea of Zach Wilson as a backup.
Yeah.
I can imagine why, but
Who Packers?
yeah. So I guess getting into that, I'm thinking now
So
maybe that
They'd have Jordan Love and Zach Wilson. Is that what you're saying?
That's rough.
yeah.
Interesting though. I want to see how that works. I really do.
I would start Love.
I would too, but
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd
man,
start
Zach
Love.
Wilson under a better coaching staff. That's interesting.
I mean, we
like
probably
that.
wouldn't see much of him, given he'd probably be the backup. But,
Right.
like at training camp and stuff, see how he does.
Yep.
If he was on the Packers.
Okay, so were you gonna say something, Luke?
No, yeah, that covers Lamar. We talked about Carr and Rodgers. I mean,
Well,
we have Jalen Ramsey, Danny Dimes, Saquon. Those are some names.
I think Saquon resigns.
I don't know. Yeah.
a bunch of my friends were talking about it today, and they knew who they are because they listen to us. So shout out them. But we were talking today, like, should the Giants pay Saquon all this money? Like, running back is the most replaceable position in the game. We know that. The last I can remember a running back really getting paid was McCaffrey when the Panthers gave him $16 million a year. We ended up trading him, and he ended up getting hurt a lot, which he ended up getting replaced eventually. But I mean, it's kind of a different thing. Saquon is like the Giants' whole offense. Like if they lose Saquon and don't replace him, like can we really take the Giants seriously next year? I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's doubtful.
I would
I don't
not give
know.
him like a CMC level contract, but like $14 million a year for Saquon. If he can stay healthy, that seems reasonable. I don't see why not.
$14 million, dude, that's like cheap. For Saquon? That seems cheap.
Yeah, that's kind of the running back market.
See, the thing
Yeah.
is, like
That would be among the most.
all these
highly
offensive
paid.
skill players get paid big contracts, like wide receivers like Debo, guys like that. A bunch of them that got paid, like, I'd probably take Saquon over right now. But to say, like, oh, $16 million's an overpay for Saquon, I mean, I just don't get that. I would pay him the money. I really think he deserves it.
If I'm Brian Dable, I want my front office to lock up Saquon Barkley.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And I think probably Daniel Jones, too, just because he found something that worked. And in 1 year, he took a 5-12 team to the playoffs.
Well, Daniel Jones
And-
wants $45 million a
I
year.
know.
I'm not paying him $45
I mean, that's the quarterback market, dude.
I know.
Like, you're not going to pay your quarterback $12 million unless it's like Trubisky, which we did.
You have to
know?
convince him that nobody's going to give that to him. And I honestly think that might be true.
Yeah.
Can we roll out the Giants on Lamar? I don't know.
I don't think the Giants would.
Imagine that rushing attack, man. But, yeah.
I was going to say Buccaneers or Saints for Lamar, but then I realized they both are in terrible cap situations.
Yeah, that's
Buccaneers, in fact, I think could be even worse than the Saints from what I've heard.
They might be the worst team in the league.
They're losing a bunch of guys, and they are so deep in the cap, it's not even
Which,
funny.
as usual, says so much about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFC, Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Ramsey might want to get out of L.A., potentially, via trade. I heard.
I'm not sure that I really
cut.
completely understand what's going on with him. And, like, the avenues that he may take to get out of there. But
Well,
I
the
know he
funny
wants to
thing
get
is,
out
I
of
saw
there.
during the playoffs, he was tweeting a bunch of stuff about Jacksonville, like, oh, how he applauds what they're doing. Do we not just think Jalen Ramsey might go back to the Jaguars? That would be interesting.
I would like to see that. I mean, obviously, I want to be a Steeler, but I don't want to give up that
That'd be
much
cool.
for him.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's the
cool.
other thing. How much is Ramsey going to be worth on the market? Like, trade-wise. The Rams will want a first-round pick for him, probably, right? You'd
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
I mean, do you still
I don't know.
consider,
No, I
Do you
think
still
so.
consider Ramsey the best corner in the league?
I think he's top 5.
He's top 5, undisputably top 5.
I think
Corner is one of those positions where it changes every week. You couldn't tell me.
True.
I would give it to Surtain. I think Surtain's like one of the best.
As Adam sighs and shakes his head.
Why don't you like
Because
Surtain?
JC is better
Yeah.
than Sertan.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
I
is.
know he's not.
Yes, he is.
What do you think?
I'll
Luke?
butt in and I'll put Jalen Ramsey first, just to not settle this argument.
I don't hate Sertan. I just I hate how everyone's like, oh, he's so much better than JC.
He's not so much better. I think JC's borderline top 5. He's like 6.
I think JC's really good.
JC is really good. I praise the Panthers secondary all the time. You know that.
Yeah.
Like Dante Jackson, he's still a Panther, right?
Yeah, he's okay. Our secondary behind JC is just all right. Dante Jackson I like, but behind that man, Henderson, ugh.
On paper. Like
yeah,
last year.
Jeremy Chin even struggled last year.
Yeah. Wasn't Chin injured for a little bit? Was he?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. But he struggled.
I just need to see more of Horn, because he didn't play much his rookie year.
J.C. Horn was injured literally the most important game of the season against the Bucks for the division. And we lost, mainly because we didn't have him. I guarantee you, if J.C. was healthy in that game, the Panthers would have won. And we would have gone on to win the division.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans once again for his fantasy championship performance.
I think Mike
Did
Evans
you win that
for
league?
ruining my New Year's Day. Thanks, Mike
Not
Evans.
the J League.
No, not the Jail League.
I won a different league.
Yeah, you beat me in the championship. Thanks, Luke.
Yep.
Who won the Jail League?
Jace. Jace did, yeah. Good for
Yeah.
him.
I got
Not
first
the
round.
Pittsburgh Vamps.
Bro,
Not,
we'll be back.
Not
what was my
Hold Mike
team?
Jones.
C.J. Stroud for Heisman, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
forget.
had a profane name. Yeah.
So do we want to get into the group?
Well, we never talked about the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Duh.
Oh my God, the Super Bowl happened. I forgot
Duh.
all about that. It feels like so long ago now. So, applaud to Luke. He was right
Yep.
Yeah.
for the Super Bowl. You're the
Yep.
only one to predict it out of all three of us correctly. And to think, your preseason prediction was right.
My preseason prediction was the Chiefs. Week 1, 2, 3, 4 through 18, it was the Chiefs.
The only week you didn't have it
The
was
only
the AFC
week
Championship.
I picked
right?
against the Chiefs was the AFC Championship.
And hey, that was a reasonable pick. Mahomes was
And-
banged up. Kelsey
Didn't
was
we all
almost
pick
not
the?
gonna play.
Did we all pick the Bengals?
We all did.
We all picked the
yes.
Bengals, and
Idiotic.
I was like, man, I swear if I get this wrong, because the Chiefs were my pick the entire year, just because it was the boring pick, so that's why it was my pick, because it's the Chiefs, they might as well.
I feel like
I was like, they had taken a couple years off from winning it all.
deep down we all kind of knew.
It was due,
I had
Yeah.
a feeling.
and it just kind of felt a little bit inevitable, especially as the year chugged along. Nobody else just seemed like a major powerhouse except for the Eagles, who of course made it to the Super Bowl, but they had a cupcake schedule. All due respect, but we talked about this.
Like I was like with the Bengals, I was like, can they really actually beat Mahomes again?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
Something had to give.
What's Burrow now, like 3-1 against him?
3-1? Yeah,
3-1.
I mean, dog.
completely respectable. But
He has an AFC title on Mahomes. He got one against him.
yeah, it's not like this means that now Mahomes owns him. That's not what this means. But
Call me crazy, guys, but I truly think the Steelers could be competing for an AFC championship in like 3 or 4 years.
yeah, I
3
think
or 4 years,
I think
yeah.
we all feel the same way about our teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not crazy.
All
The
of our
tide
teams-
changes so fast. The Jags almost competed for the AFC Championship after winning like 3 games in 2 years.
They had back-to-back number one picks in the draft,
I mean, dude,
and this year went to the divisional round.
it's just the trifecta in the AFC. It's Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City. Then it's just everybody
Yeah.
else. Like
Yeah.
like if you could get lucky and beat one of those teams, you have a chance.
I still think that none of them are invincible.
I
The-
completely agree.
The Jags almost, they didn't almost beat the Chiefs, but that was a game. The
They-
Chiefs did not just run through them.
They all have flaws.
They
For
all have
Cincinnati,
flaws.
it's their O line. For Kansas City, it's their defense. And for Buffalo, it's their run game.
Buffalo, it's their run game, it's their run defense. It's the fact that beyond Stephon Diggs, even though I don't like this argument because they have more than a lot of teams, but when you crack the top 5 teams, beyond Stephon Diggs, they don't have great weapons.
Yeah,
And
but like Allen makes it work most of the time.
most of the time, he was too turnover. Again, we've talked about this, but he was too turnover prone this year, and he can't rely on his legs like he has this year forever and ever, at least without sliding.
I think as a whole, you could put a lot of teams in the AFC's defense over the Bills' defense.
Yeah, I'd
you know?
agree.
In terms of weapons.
the
Like,
thi-
I hate
the-
to be biased.
Yeah.
I hate to be biased, but like Deontay, George Pickens, Muth, Najee, like that's on paper, that's a better
That's a
offense
good
than
offense.
the Bills.
Yeah,
It's just that rookie quarterback. And Allen is. I know you guys don't like this take, but I think Allen is a really good quarterback. And
it's not that he isn't real. I have him top 5.
I think Allen's really
yes,
good.
he's top 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's
I think I have him number 4.
I'll pull the
3 or
J.C.
4.
Horn on him. I think he's borderline top 5.
borderline top 5. That's fair. Yeah, it's just like how I think Deshaun Watson is complete ass.
Oh, we can. I do not need to argue that you for that because
Yeah,
he didn't play any better than complete ass this year,
Yeah.
and nobody's giving him any benefit of the doubt.
Hot take: Brissett played better than Watson this year.
Not a hot take.
Yeah, definitely.
He had a better connection with Amari Cooper. That's statistically a fact. And a better connection with Donovan Peoples-Jones as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Who had a good year.
True.
David Njoku played well with Deshaun Watson, but that's about it. Yeah, no, you're not crazy for thinking that about the Steelers. I think, like I said, everybody should think that about their team. And especially for the Patriots, we're taking kind of the more long approach. It's not just going to happen for us, it's going to build. But in the same way, we're not going to crash and burn. Bill O'Brien now, we need one really good wide receiver, whether that's through the first round of the draft, like a Jordan Addison, or there's a guy from TCU, I forget his name, or whether it be a DeAndre Hopkins or a Keenan Allen. Personally, I think Kendrick Bourne is talented enough to be a wide receiver one. He was just criminally misused last year, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that having a concrete number one wide receiver would be a really nice thing. And we forget that Johnny Smith exists. Not to mention the fact that our defense was the number one scoring defense last year. Adam, you guys are on the rise. You're one of the youngest teams in the league. If you draft a quarterback, if you get a star quarterback, I think especially in the NFC, you're just that close. And the Steelers just have a way of winning games. So I like all of our teams going into the future.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think if we went 9-8 this year, we're only.
I still don't know
go.
how you guys
agree.
managed to go 9-8. That's insane.
Yeah. It was 7-2 down the stretch was really insane. I didn't see that coming. I thought we were going to be like 5 and whatever, 5.
Yeah,
Well,
can't lie, so did I.
I don't want to be like this toward the Steelers, but going 9-8 came with a consequence.
I know what you're going to say.
Matt Canada's back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you think, though, if you guys had lost all those games, he might have had a chance to get fired?
But the thing is, we won all those games with him.
That's true.
We went 7-2 with him. So
Yeah, the only thing you can point out really is the points per game was still low, and
yeah,
that's kind of in the range of when T.J. Watt came back. But I still think that I was very, very impressed with what I saw from Kenny Pickett the latter half of the season, completely neutralizing his turnovers, and just making the right pass.
Yeah,
he wasn't really explosive, but he was what you needed him to be.
He got the job done when he needed to. Like those game-winning drives, like that's more than what you expect from your rookie quarterback. Like against not Oakland.
That's
Vegas,
right. He had multiple game-winning drives.
Against Vegas, against Baltimore. Dude, that Baltimore game-winning drive was stunning.
Oh,
know.
the pass to Najee.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I was pretty shocked.
And can you believe I wanted Malik Willis over Kenny?
That's all right. It's common.
I hope Malik. I mean, I don't know if he's going to work out anywhere else, but I hope he finds something.
I don't know.
He has potential, I think.
He has tons of potential.
I mean, he has the job's his in Tennessee right now. I think.
That's another QB that's probably going to get moved is Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not his, but if they keep Tannehill,
It's not his, but it's going to be his.
It's
just because
half
what
his,
else are they going to do?
Like you're not going into a season set in stone. Like Ryan Tannehill's going to lead us to the playoffs. Like
No, not anymore.
Even though I think Tannehill is overhated, I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback. But he's
I agree with you, but it remains true that team is Derrick Henry.
If Atlanta strikes out on Lamar, I'd maybe like to see them try for a guy like Tannehill. Because the division's so wide open, maybe they're like, okay, if we make some more moves, maybe we trade for Tannehill if we just struck out on Lamar for a year and see, hey, maybe we could win the division with this.
Yeah, go cheap on a quarterback. Then,
even though they won't, but,
go cheap on a...
We'll let them try. We'll let them think they can do it.
Yeah, go cheap on a quarterback, then build a team around it, and get your guy eventually,
Sorry for keeping on interrupting you.
No, bro, you're good.
Okay.
No worries.
Do you want to...
Yeah.
We kind of, again, brushed over the Super Bowl.
My final Super Bowl remark is just I feel bad for the Philly fans, man. They've had to witness now 3 teams in the span of
3 months.
At least
5 months lose a championship game or a championship series.
In all honesty, do you think a lot of Philly fans care about the MLS?
No, but it's...
But, Eagles...
I know people who do.
Yeah.
But all people who care about the MLS, that means that they're probably really diehard for the other sports.
True.
Well, the Eagles are supposed to lose possibly a bunch of people in free agency this year.
Oh, so is everyone.
Well, yeah, really.
Wasn't the case for the Phillies. In fact, they gained some people, so they'll be around.
Yeah. Also, no salary cap in the MLB.
They need a
This is
salary
true.
floor, though.
This is true.
That's a discussion for another day. Do we want to get into the grid?
Yeah. So
Let's do it.
So
Let's
let's
explain to our
explain this. I'm
listeners
going
what
to
a
explain
grid
this very
is.
thoroughly. Our friends would know right away what we're talking about. For example, our parents, or I can try to explain it. You can butt in. You can try to explain it. Our parents or whoever else may be listening may not know at all what we're talking about. Okay, so there's been this trend in sports social media recently. So imagine a grid with 3 items on the top and 3 items on the left side of the grid.
And 9
intersecting-
blank squares in between.
So 9 squares. The top 3 items are they're going to be our favorite teams: the Patriots, the Steelers, and the Panthers. And the side 3 items are going to be our least favorite teams: the Bills, the Browns, and the Falcons. So if you can imagine this grid of these items intersecting with each other, the name of the game is to choose a square. For example, the top leftmost square of the grid would be an intersection between the Patriots and the Bills.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, did you guys ever do those pundit squares in like your science classes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
exactly
you
like
have
a
the two
Punnett
things,
square.
the one thing on the top and the side with the like alleles, and you have to say like what each things are.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
like that. It's kind of like it. So
So for the Patriots and Bills square, you would have to name somebody who has played for the Patriots and who has played for the Bills.
and it doesn't have to be a current player. It can be all time. So like, I don't know.
Or, and then after we do the all time, we could do current. If
So,
y'all
like,
want.
We could try, yeah.
If we were doing an MLB one and you had the Pirates and the Giants, you don't just have to say like somebody current like Andrew McCutcheon. You could say Barry Bonds.
Or Travis Ishikawa. Go.
Or you could say
Him too,
that.
yeah. 2014 NLCS Game 5 hero.
I mean, your memory of sports knowledge. I couldn't.
Ryan
I couldn't
Vogelsong.
have said that.
Ryan
for either.
Vogelsong, I forgot about him. Yes.
That's really funny.
Okay, this is not baseball. It's
So
football. Let's
we're
get into
gonna
football.
we're gonna go one at a time. There
Y'all
are
want to
9
do rock, paper, scissors? See who goes first?
Or I'll be. Or we could do that, or we could just go reverse order than we did the Super Bowl draft.
I
I'll
got it.
still be second then.
Would you
You know what?
want
I'll-
that, or do you want to take your chance? at
I'll go
rock, paper,
second.
scissors?
I'll go second.
All right. So would you want to go Adam first, Dante second, me third?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can pick any square, and just you have to name a player that played for both of them. You can follow along in your head and guess it yourself. Announce what you're picking before you.
So I'm judging it off the bat. Which one I want to get first?
There's
So I
some
have the
strategy
first
involved.
pick.
Do you want to choose a tough one to get out of the way, or
That's what I'm trying to think.
take
I-
the gimmies?
I can do this one right now. I could do this one. I could do this one. I could do that one. I could at least do
He's
5.
pointing at basically all the Pittsburgh and Carolina ones.
So I'm just going to make life complicated for some of you. I'm going to get a pretty easy one off the bat. I'm taking Cleveland, Carolina, and I'm saying Baker Mayfield. for that.
Okay.
Bingo.
So
Do you have the marker? Where's the marker?
I do. Yeah, that's right here.
Why don't you write it in as we do it?
Just write A.
Yeah, and you can write Baker and A for Adam, who has that one. We might tie. We may all end up with 3.
Yeah.
That's fine. But.
All right. Am I up next?
All right, Dante is up. So Cleveland and Carolina is off the board.
Okay. For New England and Buffalo, I'll go Stephon Gilmore.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That's. And you were telling me before we started this, you're like, dude, you can't think of one? Was that who you were thinking of?
Yeah.
Because I was actually thinking of someone different. I was thinking for New England Buffalo, Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, yeah.
That could've worked as well.
I didn't know Drew Bledsoe was on the Bills. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
That's kind of where he went after Brady took his job.
Bro, you know what jerseys are so sick? Like the royal blue patch jerseys. Dude, those are
don't
filthy.
even get me started.
I'm not a big Pats fan, but I want one of those jerseys
Yes.
so bad. Those
Oh,
are
I
so
need a vintage, like, not light blue, but
royal blue.
Like,
Those
not,
are so
not the,
sick,
oh,
dude.
Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, don't even get me started on this. So I'm gonna stay in the New England section. I'm gonna take off the board one that you guys might not be able to get. It's at least a player that everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, he played for them. I'm gonna take New England and Cleveland, and give me the one game sensation. I think he played for the Patriots. I think he got into a game. Give me Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I think
He did play for
He
the
did play
Patriots.
for us.
Yes, he did.
Not for very long, or maybe he had multiple stints. I'm not really even sure. But yeah, he played for both of us.
Adam, you were up?
On to Adam. So New England Buffalo is taken for Dante. Stephon Gilmore, New England Cleveland. Flash Gordon is me. Baker for Cleveland, Carolina.
I'm going to go with another one I think Dante will take. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, money, Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I was going to go Arthur Moats.
Interesting. All right.
That's a
All right,
good one.
That's actually a pretty good pick. Now I'm just realizing, boys, I've not put any thought into any of these outside of New England.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit on the spot here after Dante goes.
All right, I got one for Carolina and Buffalo.
Okay, good, because I did not know.
I want to hear who you say and see if I would have said the same person.
I have a couple. I could have went
Okay.
Stephon Gilmore again,
Tell me, yeah.
but I'm going Josh Norman.
Oh, that's not who
Okay.
I would have said. Okay.
Who would you have taken, Adam?
I'll tell you in a second. I would have taken Kelvin Benjamin, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not.
Did Sammy Watkins ever play for the Panthers? No.
No.
No,
I'm
who
not
am I
a big Kelvin Benjamin fan because he kind of spoke out against Cam Newton.
He's also a
and then got
Popeye's
out
biscuit
of
away
it.
from being a tight end.
Yes.
That's right.
yes.
That's right.
So, I don't know.
He ate the biscuit.
What's his name? Kelvin Benjamin never really liked Cam, so I wasn't the biggest Benjamin fan, but that's one I remember that played for the Bills. A lot of former... See, I don't know if you guys have, like, a common team that, like, former players from your franchise always go to.
Raiders or Dolphins for us.
For you. For the Panthers, it's always the Bills or the Commanders. Like, Ron Rivera is the Commanders coach. I think our former GM, Marty Herney, went to Washington. Curtis
Heineke was a Panther,
Samuel's
no?
on Washington. Heineke, Joey Sly. Josh Norman is also was a former Washington player. Think of many more. So, yeah.
These Atlanta ones are going to be tough.
I'm blanking.
I know one
I have one, but
the only one I know is
blanking.
Atlanta and Carolina. But I
have one, and it's my turn, and I'm gonna take it for
Okay.
Atlanta and New England. Give me Cordell Patterson.
Oh.
Damn, he did play for the Pats.
He sure did.
I forgot about that.
I passed this in blanking. All right. The top and the left.
Did
sections
you go?
are taken. What?
Yeah, I said Money Mitch.
Well,
That was
now
my
it's your
last
turn
one.
again.
Oh, no. Okay.
You asked me?
So it's my turn again for my third one?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
that's
take
right.
Carolina, Atlanta off the board. I'll go with Mike Davis. I don't know if you guys know him.
I believe you.
Yeah, I know Mike Davis. Running back.
Oh, I remember him. Fantasy for like 2 weeks.
Yep. Panther, Falcon. I think he was on the Ravens for part of last year, or was on their practice squad at least. So, yeah, we'll go with Mike Davis. So, what do we still need?
I need Pittsburgh.
Browns, Steelers, and Steelers, Falcons.
All right, Browns, Steelers. Give me Joe Hayden.
Mm.
I could have went Joe Schobert too. I went Joe Hayden.
Yeah, I could have gotten that one. All right, so
only
possibly the hardest one.
Then whoever gets this wins, right?
whoever gets. No, I could get it and we all tie.
Well, hold on. Let me.
Oh yeah, but if me and Adam get it, one of us wins.
So I'm gonna stall. If I don't get it, how are we gonna do this? Is it gonna go straight to Adam, or is it gonna be like a yell it out basis?
We can do yell it out.
We'll do a countdown.
Yeah, if you can't get it,
You know,
Just say pass.
if I can't get it.
So right now, I have 3. Dante has 3. Luke has 2. Luke, you're up.
bro.
Pittsburgh and Atlanta.
So hard. Has to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
yes.
Who else would it be?
I can't say Hayden Hurst, who wasn't he a Falcon and he was a Pirate.
No,
Oh, come on.
you can't. Do
No,
that.
I know I can't. I
Hayden
know.
Hurst
That-
was
that's
a Pittsburgh
crazy pull,
Pirate,
though.
though. That's a
That's a
good one.
crazy pull, but I will. All right.
So just for reference for those who are listening right now, we don't have like the internet open anywhere. Like none of us are on our phones looking this up. At least I don't think. I'm not looking at Dante.
No, but if one of us
So-
asks, we could look to see if they actually.
Eric Ebron wasn't a Falcon.
Eric
No.
Ebron was not found.
Any like wide receivers? AB and Le'Veon.
Was
never
Martavis
played
Bryant
there.
ever a Falcon?
Nah.
Not that I can think
Bryant was only ever a Steeler and a Raider.
AB and Le'Veon never played in Atlanta. I know for sure AB did, and Le'Veon, I actually had to think for a second.
Ever been a Steeler and a Falcon?
That's a good question.
that played on the.
Has Ben had like a backup? That
That's what I'm trying to think.
Josh Dobbs never a Falcon.
No,
No.
never Falcon.
Landry Jones?
Duck Hodges never a Falcon.
No.
Duck Hodges was never a Falcon. Landry Jones.
Landry
wasn't.
Jones, no.
Mason
Careful
Rudolph,
yelling
obviously.
out, Adam, because it's not exactly your turn yet.
No,
But you guys have to enforce something on me. I can't just take forever. I'm blinking.
'cause I can't think of one either.
All right, we are going to officially transition into a yell it out basis. First person to get it gets a point.
Okay, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody who's listening right now
Is screaming.
is screaming in their head like, "Say this person," and I probably don't even know. See, we could be missing somebody so obvious too, but it's the Steelers and the Falcons. I legit cannot think of anybody.
I can't think of a single person.
Did Jericho Cotchery, maybe?
I don't know who
I'm gonna
that
look him
I don't
up.
even know who that is.
Old Steeler receiver from the 2000s.
Oh wait, maybe I do know who that is.
If you have a player in mind, you can look up, you can check,
Yeah.
but you can't say who played for the
Jericho
Steelers.
Cotchery was a Panther.
Really? Oh wait, no, I think I do know that name.
No,
Yeah.
Panthers, Jets, and Steelers. God
Oh
damn it.
boy, I can't.
Santonio, did he ever? No, he never played for the Falcons.
See, I'm trying to think of the Super Bowl Falcons. Matt Ryan never did.
I'm gonna start looking up some
Devontae
players.
Freeman never did.
I don't think it's recent.
Julio obviously.
I
never
don't think
did.
it's recent. I was
Kyle
thinking
Pitts.
Rod Woodson.
Austin Hooper, no. I have one.
Who? No, you don't.
Do you actually?
Michael Vick.
Damn it!
Wow.
Oh, great pick.
Boom!
Great call.
Give me
Wow.
that win.
Great call. God damn it.
Man.
Shit. Great call.
Wow.
I don't know how I just thought of that.
That
I thought of
Michael Vick.
quarterbacks, and I was like,
God.
legendary Falcon.
Michael
Who am I
Vick
thinking?
was
'Cause
a Falcon
You said
and was
an
a
old,
Steeler.
an old
Damn it.
Falcon, and I'm like,
Damn.
old Falcon. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody comes to mind. I was like, he was a Steeler. Michael Vick.
Boom! I forgot Vic was a Steeler.
Now, y'all want to do y'all want to find random teams, then just
Uh,
write them in?
Yeah, we
Y'all
got
want to do
some
that
time.
again?
We could
Because this
Give
was fun.
me that
I,
win.
I had a fun.
I enjoy this, so we're gonna do this on the fly. What a pull, Adam.
What
Kudos.
I don't know how I
Cool.
thought of that. I was just like, oh, I had to think really
got
deep in
everything
the
out?
back of my head. Yeah, I got it all written down here.
Oh,
I'm not deleting this
God, dude.
Google
Wow.
Doc. I'm saving this because I knew I won.
Good job.
So we finished out. Our final answers were Bills and Pats. We got Stephon Gilmore. Bills and Steelers, Mitch Trubisky. Gilmore was Dante. I was Trubisky.
Yeah.
Bills Panthers, Dante was Josh Norman. Browns Pats, Luke was Josh Gordon. Browns Steelers, Dante, Joe Hayden. He's retired now, right? I think.
Yes, he is.
That's a shame. Browns Panthers, legend, Baker Mayfield. Wish he worked out here, but that's okay. Falcons Pats, Luke got Cordero Patterson. I got Mike Davis for the Falcons Panthers, and most importantly, I got, for the win, Michael Vick for the Falcons and Steelers.
There you go.
I forgot
Damn
that
it.
Michael Vick played
Damn it.
there.
All right.
All right, let's throw out some random teams. Teams with no significance.
Jets.
Seahawks, Jets. I'm gonna put them on separate sides.
Raiders, 49ers.
All right.
Dante, you name it. We need to.
Bengals.
And I'll take the last one. Let's go.
I have a team if you can. If you want.
They're in my head for some reason. Let's go Colts.
I was gonna say Tampa.
This is
Bay,
gonna
but
get
that's
tough.
fine. Okay. Oh, so I gotta make another one. Hold on.
Are we going in the same order?
Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
I can think of at least one of.
Well, okay. I don't want to go first this time. I'm fine with going last, so I'll say this.
Dante, so just rock paper scissors for first.
No. I got a better idea. Okay. I'm thinking of a number 1 to 10. Whoever's closest goes first.
6.
4.
It was 9. Dante.
All right, I go first.
Okay. I can think of a really easy one. Hope you don't get it.
Damn.
This is random teams.
San Francisco.
I can think of two.
San Francisco, Seattle. I'll go Richard Sherman.
I'm not typing this one.
Okay, there you go. I can think of two.
Seattle and San Francisco, you said?
Yeah, Sherman.
I can think of one. I can think of two at least. One's obvious. I'm going to take it. Seattle Jets. Geno Smith.
Who?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Okay. I said Jalen Smith. I'm like, who's that?
One I just thought of off the bat, Cincinnati and the Jets, CJ Uzomah.
Yep, that was my other one.
This is falling.
Dante, back to you.
Back to me. Okay.
Now it gets tough.
It does get tough now. Shit, man.
I'm trying to think of some.
Indy is a pain in the ass.
Indy is a pain.
What did I put in?
All right, we're actually gonna have some fun here.
We are considering. I have no idea.
I'll pass.
Oof,
So who's up?
me.
This is fun.
This is hard.
I know it's hard. Yeah.
We picked some good teams.
Guys, we're gonna be able to do this.
We will. We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
Well, I have a question for one when it's my turn, but I want to see if Luke gets the team first.
Give myself 5 more seconds. I can't think of
Okay.
anybody.
I think Terrell Pryor played for Vegas. Was Terrell Pryor ever a Jet?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I got one.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm passing. Unless Terrell Pryor was a Jet, then that'll count. But Luke, just look up Terrell Pryor and look
I
up
don't
his
know,
teams.
man.
Go on Football Reference. That's a
Terrell Pryor was a Jet.
Really?
Right.
And he was a Raider.
Yes, he was a Raider.
Yeah, he was a Raider.
Boom.
Nice. Good call.
Yeah, he was a Raider.
All right, so Luke's turn.
That guy played everywhere. All right, Dante. Or
Oh.
no. Yeah,
He was
you're
back
up,
to you.
Dante.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Who are you gonna?
I'll
Did I
go-
steal your answer?
No.
Okay.
I'm going Terrell Owens for San Fran and Cincinnati.
Oh, that's a good answer. Luke, to you. See if you can tie it to three
what's
ways.
His name? What's his name?
We need
Oh,
San Fran and
no.
Vegas.
Oh, dude, I could
We
have went.
need all the ones for Indy.
I could have went.
Indy's going to be hard.
Oh, I got another one.
Well, it is unfortunately not your turn. I'm just kidding.
Bound
Well,
to be.
actually, I'm not.
Hey,
Luke,
off your phone.
I'm trying to confirm players and I can't. I don't know. I don't know, boys.
I got one.
Go
are you
ahead.
passing?
I'm passing.
Am I up for
Yes,
before
Adam.
you don't?
Adam, you're up. Yep.
This is tough. Cincinnati, there's got to be somebody, right? Oh, if only Cincy and Las Vegas were one, I could have gotten one.
Who's that? Who are you thinking?
I was going to say Vontez Burfict
Yeah,
for
yeah.
both of them, but
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
you know what? I'm passing as well. I don't know.
All right, I'm going.
Go ahead.
You guys are gonna kick yourselves a little bit. I'm going. Jerry Rice, San Fran, Vegas. Jerry Rice was a Raider.
Nice.
If y'all did not know.
So, Dante, you now have 3. I have 2. Luke only has 1. Luke, you got to get 2 of the next 3, man.
Good luck with that.
And they're all the Indianapolis. So now we have fun. Seattle, Indy, Vegas,
Chad
Indy.
Ochocinco is never a Colt.
Trying to think of quarterbacks here.
You
Is
got
it
one?
my turn?
No,
It might as
it's
well.
Luke's turn unless he
I-
passes.
Do we just want to shout the rest of them out?
Passing.
No, we can just pass
Okay.
if we can't get it. Adam, you're up.
I'm up.
Wait, or am I up?
I don't. No, I think because
Adam's
you
up.
went first.
Yeah.
Was Hasselbeck ever a Colt? Matt Hasselbeck, Seahawks quarterback.
Let's
'Cause that's one. I swear he was for some reason.
He was a Colt.
Matt Hasselbeck was a Colt.
Yep.
Good call.
All right, Seattle and Indy off the board. We need Vegas, Indy, and Cincinnati, Indy.
I think. Well, let
Dante,
Dante
you're
have
up.
his turn, then I think it goes to shouted out basis.
Can you think of one? These two, Dante.
Give me a little bit of time, if y'all don't mind. Give
Yeah.
give me like a minute.
Man, why did I put Indy?
This is tough, man. This is really hard. Yeah, pass.
All right, at this point, we're at a shouted out basis.
Okay.
If everyone agrees.
Yeah.
See, Las Vegas, Indy, there's got to be somebody. But
That's what I'm
Vegas-
saying, dude. I
But
can't-
Cincy, Indy, I can't think. Dante, I have a feeling you could maybe get Cincinnati because, like, you know, so many players that have played in the AFC North.
Mariota was never a Colts.
No, he wasn't. That would have been good. I'm trying to think of more QBs. Like Andy Dalton, if he was a Colt, that would have been perfect. But he never was. Andy Dalton was like, what? Cincy, Dallas, Bears, and Saints, right? I think that's it.
Eli Apple was never a Colt.
No. He was a Panther, though, actually. Pretty sure Matt Rule just like told him he couldn't play, and he just left. I think that's how it went.
I'm stumped right now.
Again, the people at home listening probably know 2 options right now.
I don't think so.
So
No.
we're looking
not unless they looked it up.
We're looking for at least one player that played for the Colts and the Raiders, and one that played for the Colts and the Bengals.
Dude.
Why'd you have to choose Indy, Luke?
I don't know.
Why did you have to choose
They were
Indianapolis?
stuck in my head.
Did T.Y. Hilton play for Vegas?
No,
What team is he on right now?
Dallas.
Dallas. Not Vegas. Damn it.
AJ Green never played for Indy or Vegas.
Dallas
No,
Clark,
that
maybe?
for Indy. Do you want me to look it up, Dallas Clark?
Yes, please.
Damn, Nick Foles was never a Raider or a Bengal.
Dallas Clark, Indianapolis for 9 years, Baltimore for 1, Tampa Bay for 1.
Damn it.
Nope.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Never mind.
I'm going to look one up.
Brissett, no. Who else was the receiver those T.Y. Hilton days?
I was looking up Frank Gore, but that doesn't count. No.
Damn, dude. What the fuck?
We're having a hard time here.
Something tell me Richie Incognito. Look him up for Indy Vegas. I
I'm
doubt
looking.
he played for Indy, though. I know he played for Vegas, though.
Nope.
Did he play for Vegas?
For Vegas, yes.
Yeah.
Not for Indy.
Reggie Wayne was only a Colt and a Patriot.
Dude, this is so hard. We're not giving up. We're going to get this.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
A lot of blank air on the podcast right now.
A lot of blank air. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, seriously.
You can skip ahead.
How long are we in?
Bernard was only Cincy and Tampa.
I was thinking Gio Bernard, but I knew it was Tampa Bay and only Cincinnati.
Wait a minute. I might have one here.
Name it first.
I want to look and see. Because if I'm wrong, then no point. Yeah, I'm wrong. I was going to say Michael Crabtree.
Oh, that was a good guess, though.
That would have been good for San Francisco and Vegas.
Yeah.
Can you try Anquan Bolden for me? For Indy Vegas. I don't know if you play for any of those teams.
Neither team.
Neither? Cool.
Arizona, Baltimore, San Francisco, Detroit.
Yeah.
Good guess, though.
Yeah. I knew he played in the West.
Any former Steelers play for Cincinnati and Indy?
Now I gotta do 3, huh?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Justin Houston, but I don't think he played for.
Rodrigo Blankenship was only a Colt or a Cardinal.
That was a good guess, though. Damn.
Stephon Gilmore, but no, he never played for Vegas or Cincy. Colts, and he played for the Colts. He plays for the Colts, I mean, right now.
I've given up with Cincy Indy.
Adam Vinatieri, only a Patriot and Colts.
I've given up, period, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry for how boring this is to our listeners. I hope you're thinking along with us.
We'll
when
get
you're
one more
listening.
guess for each of us. Then we'll throw in the towel. Or it could just be me and Adam. First one to get it wins because we're tied right now.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Luke can tie us if he gets both.
Here's what we're going to do.
I don't think
I'm going to
it's
throw
gonna
in the
happen.
towel. I'm going to look up the answers. You guys get like
I don't
the next
know.
5 minutes.
I don't
Okay.
know.
No, Adam, you gotta do this, bro. We got to.
I'm about to get such relief wave over me.
Vegas.
Nick Foles didn't play for Vegas.
I already sent him.
Okay.
I already went through him. He did not.
Matt Ryan. Oh, no.
Why did Luke have to choose Indy? Seriously.
Random team. What about Frank Clark? Frank Clark played for Indy?
I don't think you guys are ever going to get anyone for the Bengals and Colts.
I was thinking Frank Clark he plays for the Colts. What am I talking? I mean, he plays for the Chiefs. I was thinking Frank Clark was a white guy.
Google's coming up with one guy, and
This is hard.
I'm sure that there's more, but I can't find any more.
Which team are you looking at right now?
Bengals and Colts, and you're never going to get him.
No. What
No.
position?
Tight end, early 2000s.
Oh, ouch. Nah.
Yeah, no.
Who is it?
Bengals and Colts. Ben Utech.
No, never would have got.
Never would have been able to say that.
How's Indy Vegas looking?
I have to look it up.
Okay. It all comes down to this. This one should be pretty obvious.
I gotta think of somebody, man.
Dude, this is...
I might be missing people anyways. There's like no website that just tells you this. Jeff Saturday was never a Bengal.
What am I thinking, man?
There's a 2015 7th round pick.
Yeah, but what position?
I don't even know who's. I'm gonna look this guy up. A guard who
I don't know guards.
I could tell you. 2015 Colts 7th round pick who was a guard and played for the Colts and Raiders.
I looked up Justin Houston.
There's no way this is it, but I don't know.
I think I got one. I got
Really?
one.
Go for it.
Look up Eric Dickerson. Did Eric Dickerson play for Indy? Because I know he played for Vegas. I think I got it.
He did.
Let's go! Come on, baby.
Eric Dickerson has played for the Raiders and the Colts.
Let's go.
Dante wins.
Come on, baby. Yes. That feels good.
The other guy I was going to say, what was even
GG's,
his
man.
name?
I couldn't think.
Denzel Good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to get that. Hey, I'm happy with my Michael Vick answer. So
All right, probably about 15 minutes at the end of this episode of just...
yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't we
open
call
air.
it here, boys? Because Luke and I got to get somewhere. I think.
We're going to call it, and if you
Sounds
stuck
good.
with us, maybe you figured it out before us.
Yeah.
The last one, I doubt it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're your hosts, Adam.
Dante.
And Luke.
I don't know when our next episode will be, but there will be an episode 18 at some point. We'll see you then. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Go Defenders.
Spacebar.
Spacebar.